So I actually sold it. I sold the Chaser, and then I was sort of sitting on that money, not knowing what to buy. And to be honest, I really wanted to drive another JZX, except I think I kind of learned a little bit with this first build of what I wanted to do and what I didn't want to do, especially just around where I wanted to spend my money, basically. And I remembered there was another one for sale in Tassie and no one had bought it yet. And so I went to buy that, and it is right here. I bought this JZX. It didn't come on. I know I kept my own wheels off the other car and seat and steering wheel, and so this bad boy is now mine. Now the new car has kind of almost everything that I wanted to upgrade on the old car, apart from a few things. So it has a 3076 Gen 2 Garrett, which I wanted to do on the other car to get it a bit more responsive. It has Heyman 800 knuckles, which I wanted to do on the other car. It has an upgraded ECU. It's got a Haltech Elite 2000. The real downside to this car is that it's only R154 and a single plate heavy duty clutch. And so, long story short, I took this car to Dave, absolute legend friend of mine, to get it tuned on ethanol. We tuned it up, we got it to 22 PSI and the clutch started slipping, so it was like 330 kilowatts. So we knocked it back down for this round, for round 2, to 17 PSI, which is about 270 kilowatts, just so the clutch didn't slip when driving it. I had a ball driving this car. I really, really kind of manned up and through it. I've still, by no means have I arrived at learning how to drive this car, but I drove it much harder than my other car for a few reasons. One, I wasn't as invested in it, like quite literally financially and just with my time. So I wasn't as scared to crash it. It's wide body, it's easier to fix. Secondly, the diff ratio in this one is really long, so I had to hit it pretty quick in third gear to just be able to actually skid third gear. But that was a blessing in disguise because it really forced me to drive faster, which was cool. But what I'm getting at with the clutch and the gearbox setup is there was a real tension point whether the R154 would survive. Some people reckon they're awesome, other people reckon they're junk, and so I decided to risk it because I wanted to drive it. Even though I'd sold the gearbox package to a friend of mine, Simon, who you might have seen in the last video, who had the gangster Skyline. I drove all day long, no problems, clutch didn't slip, gearbox was mint. I was like, man, these are cool, maybe I'll even keep it. Towards the end of the day, powering out of the bottom corner under the bridge, bang, second gear, absolutely blown. So that was super depressing. Not only did I miss out on the whole afternoon session, which is always the best session of driving, I also wasted a whole bunch of money by breaking this gearbox. But the car drove awesome. I felt like I could finally throw a big four-door around, and I like I said, I got so much to learn in that area, but I'm really excited to develop this car and drive it harder. Am doing a gearbox conversion. I kind of got a little bit duped with the gearbox. Maybe not intentionally, maybe intentionally. I got to try to fix that so I can get it at T56 into this. But anyway, the new car's sick. The old car was awesome. It's gone to a better place. JZX is drifting still. 4-door for life. Round 2 went okay for Skinner and pretty well for Josiah. Poor Skinner had a dingle. Dang, someone ran into him. Well, Skinner kind of half span, but someone was chasing him. Probably a bit too close in my opinion. Went backwards into his door, but that's drifting. And his clutch was basically ruined by the end of the day. But Skinner also has swapped to ethanol as well. So Dave tuned both of our cars back to back, which was awesome by him. So shout out to Disco. But yeah, so Skin's got some work to do. I've got some work to do. And Josiah's pretty sweet, I think. His car just zinged along all day. One pair of tyres all day. Just like, he's just killing the game, getting better and better. I don't know where I'm going to chuck footage in between all that, but that's where we're at. I don't even know if this car will see round 3. I'm loving drifting. I'm loving that it's back, but just track time is pretty limited, really. So whether the finances get me there or not is, a real question. But I do have everything for this. The engine is slowly going together over there. The blue one, that's the engine for this. The other one is what I pulled out of that needs head gasket. Anyway, I'm really keen to work on the S14, but that's where we're at. New drift car, same car though, having fun, and we're also extending our house, which is going there. So that's exciting. My life's pretty full at the moment. I'm working a full-time job and a part-time job. I've got a new drift car that I'm kind of building, helping Skinner kind of build his car, and building or extending the house, and to have 2 kids under 2. So life is full, but I'm loving it. Anyway, don't know why I told you that, but have an awesome day, week, month, whatever it is, and I'll see you guys next time.